In the quiet countryside of Poland, far from the rush of modern cities, lies a small village known as Nowy Chorów. To most travelers, it is just another dot on the map, an ordinary place with fields, forests, and winding dirt roads. But beneath, the earth, hidden for centuries, rested a mystery that no one expected. It began when construction workers were preparing land for a new road. As the soil shifted, strange shapes appeared just below the surface. A call was made, and soon a team of archaeologists arrived, carrying their brushes, shovels, and quiet patience. The land looked still, but the whispers of the past were waiting. At first, the archaeologists uncovered only fragments, small bones, pieces of pottery, a rusted nail, nothing unusual for this part of Europe. But as the team dug deeper, the graves began to reveal themselves. One grave was carefully arranged, with a simple cross carved into a piece of wood. Another lay just beside it, but this one looked different. The body had been burned and around. The ashes were iron nails scattered in strange patterns. More graves followed, and with each new discovery, the picture grew stranger. Some were clearly Christian, following the new faith that had spread through the region in the Middle Ages. But others carried marks of older pagan traditions, rituals that honored the earth, the sun, and the spirits of the dead. And then came the most curious part. Some graves contained both. Imagine standing there, watching as archaeologists gently brush away the soil. In one grave, a bronze cross rests on a skeleton's chest. But beside it, almost touching, lies a carved bone amulet marked with swirling symbols of the old gods. The archaeologists paused. This was not common. This was not expected. It was as if two worlds, the Christian and the pagan, had met in one final resting place. The question was simple but unsettling. Why? Were the families torn between two beliefs? Were they unsure which god held power over the afterlife? Or perhaps they wanted to be safe, choosing both, just in case. The silence of the graves did not answer, but the evidence spoke louder than words. One of the most striking discoveries was the grave of a young woman, no more than 20 years old. Her bones were fragile, her life cut short. She was buried with tenderness. A small bronze cross lay carefully on her chest, a symbol of the new faith. But next to it, almost hidden beneath the ribs, was an amulet carved from animal bone. Its spirals and shapes belonged to a time older than Christianity, to prayers whispered in forests and fields. Why both? Perhaps the cross was placed by her father, a man devoted to the church. Perhaps the amulet was slipped in by her mother or grandmother, who still trusted the old spirits of the earth. It was not conflict, it was love, a family trying to give her every chance of peace, no matter which faith proved true. Another grave told a different, darker story. Here lay the remains of a man, older, strong in life, perhaps a warrior. But his body had not been placed gently in the ground. It had been burned. The ashes showed signs of intense heat. Among them were iron nails, scattered in a way that was not random. The archaeologists recognized the pattern. In old Slavic folklore, nails could be used to pin down the dead, keeping them from rising again. Why would a family do this? Was the man feared? Did the villagers believe his spirit might return to cause harm? Or was this simply another way of protection, a ritual to make sure his journey into the next world was complete? What looked harsh to us may have been, to them, an act of safety and care. At first glance, these graves seemed to tell a story of division, Christians against pagans, old beliefs against new. But as the archaeologists studied them longer, another truth appeared. They were not signs of conflict. They were signs of blending. People do not change overnight. Old traditions do not vanish in a single generation. They live on, quietly, woven into the fabric of new beliefs, the graves showed not rebellion, but compromise. Not fear alone, but love. The families were simply doing everything they could to help their loved ones in the afterlife. If the Christian God ruled, the cross would guide them. If the old spirits held power, the amulet or the nails would protect them. In these graves, we see not confusion, but humanity. What makes this discovery so powerful is not only its mystery, it is its reflection of us. Even today, in the modern world, people blend traditions. A wedding may have vows spoken in church, but also songs sung from old family customs. A funeral may include prayers, but also small rituals whispered at the graveside. We carry forward what comforts us, even if it belongs to different worlds. The villagers of Nowy Chorów were no different. They wanted peace. They wanted protection. They wanted to believe their loved ones would never be lost. And in that, they are just like us. If you walk to the site today, you would see little more than soft mounds of earth, covered by grass and touched by the wind. Birds drift across the sky. The forest has returned, covering the land with silence. But beneath that soil lies a story that will never fade. A story of people caught between gods, between fears, between faiths. It is a story of change, of love, of uncertainty. It is a story that feels ancient, yet strangely familiar. For in the end, these graves do not only speak of the past, they speak of us. If this discovery made you curious, imagine how many more secrets still lie hidden beneath our feet. What do you think these graves truly reveal? Fear, love, or something even deeper? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed the journey, and subscribe for more stories where history whispers back to life. New discoveries are waiting, and together we'll uncover them, one mystery at a time.